Hello, everybody, and welcome back. This is Getting to Know You, an Owners Club exclusive podcast. Right now, I'd like you to reach down, hit that subscribe button, give us a like on this video. Today's featured guest is Adam Catledge. Hi, Adam.
Hey, how are you doing? Thanks for having me on here.
Yeah, absolutely. Honored to have you. We like to just jump right into it here. So tell everybody, who is Adam?
Yeah, so a little bit about me, a little background. I joined Sub 2 back in 2022 when I was on active duty military because I was about to retire from the Marine Corps and I needed to figure out what I was going to do with my life. And so real estate was one of those things that I saw that I could go out there and build my dream rather than go into the workforce after the military, like most other veterans have to go into. And so I started a year out before retirement and got really successful by just taking massive action. Was the thing that stood me apart from a lot of people because I didn't give myself a fallback plan. I just really dove headfirst into the Sub 2 community and started collaborating with people and just massively growing through action.
That's awesome. What was your very first deal?
First deal was about 30 days into being in Sub 2. I got a lake house in South Carolina. It was supposed to be seller finance, but because of tax strategy and the age of the seller, we landed on a 5-year lease option, which was even better than the deal turned out even better than I could even have structured it from what I knew. So he actually helped me out along the way, but it went back to, me going and asking the right questions and just following the blueprint that I learned along the way in Sub 2 and through talking to people that have done what I was looking to do before.
That's amazing. Do you still own that property?
I do. Yep. So we have it until 2028 is when we have to buy it and execute on our lease option. But it's a great deal. It was at first a family home that we used it to go because we mainly got it because my grandma was living there in the city and she was in a nursing home and she already moved out of her house and we didn't have anywhere to stay. So it was I didn't want to stay in a hotel. So I just used what we were learning to go out and find us a family home. And now we use it as a full-time Airbnb and it makes a nice return every month. But also can use it throughout the year. And it's a nice little retreat for us to go and just disconnect from everyone. It's literally, I think from my front porch to the water is maybe 20 feet.
Wow. You're on the other side of the US in California. So going over there, it truly is a vacation.
Yeah, it is. So it's just south of Charlotte. So it makes sense. Fly right in. It's easy access for me.
Wow. That's really incredible.
Yeah.
So what is your current business model then? What does a day in your business look like now?
So right now, what I've been focused on, and this really, being part of Owners Club really allowed me to get and think out of the box a little bit, is I've grown my team now to bring on an operator and a chief of staff. So we collaborate on different opportunities. And so I stay in my lane now of what I do on a day-to-day basis of more business growth and out there fetching for opportunities for us, for the team to play with. But what we're focused on this year is on the new construction side. We've just wrapped up one new construction in our first one in Beaufort, South Carolina. We break ground this week on 2 more properties in Beaufort. And that's our resale market that we're using, but we're growing into the Dallas market right now. That's where our buy and hold side will be for new construction, and Atlanta as well, where we have our current Sub 2 deals at.
So I know how you came to be in South Carolina because your grandmother.
Mm-hmm.
Why Dallas and why Atlanta?
So Atlanta, we're already in the market for there with our pad splits. And so we're using we've just had one go live last week. We turned it into a 10-bedroom property. It used to be an old sober living home, came with a sprinkler system. You can't beat that. And we bird it out, got all of our private money out of it. And so we landed on that because it's already a tested market. And why are we trying to reinvent the wheel when there's already marketing being done in the area? There's a need for the housing. We're just going to be reimagining how we go about our co-living rather than converting properties over the pre-existing properties. We're just going to build them so that we can do more at the same time, but also leverage some of our other exit strategies potentially by working with nonprofits on those homes. And there's a longer runway to start working with those organizations. So having a new construction project that takes maybe 8 months to finish rather than a 3-month renovation allows us to forecast who's going to go in that home so that we have the highest and best use, and we can help out the most people by properly planning on who's going to go in that home rather than chasing who's going to go in that. And so Dallas, we found another builder there. We did our interview process, and we saw that Dallas is always a growing market. And so once we found our builder, land cost there and the build cost is on par where we want to be. And so we want to move into that market, and that's why we chose Dallas.
I hear 3 different asset classes. So you do short-term rental, you do co-living, and you do new construction.
Yes.
Do you have other asset classes as well? Or are those your 3 primary?
So we just bought late last year, bought a 24 unit down in New Orleans. Was able to get that from a bird dog by going to one of the golden ticket events. And so I was able to structure that deal. We got a 0% seller finance on an apartment complex down there, bought it with Pace, brought him the deal because I didn't know anything about multifamily. I was like, so I wanted to work with somebody that knew how to operate that type of asset. And so shared some of the equity in the property with Pace, and then raised money with some other partners on it to share, and so sold some equity in the property. But yeah, we were in multifamily, and it's not that we're just in those asset classes. That's what we're focused on this year, and that's where our vision is driving us, because me and my partners want to become more of a passive role, because we're former military, me and Wes, and we want to, we've already had one career behind us, and we're not trying to buy another career. And so we want to have, those opportunities in new construction allow us to take more of a passive role, because we're not working on it every day, all day, like you are if you're chasing sub 2 deals, chasing seller finance deals. Now we can go and start looking at land opportunities that have a little bit longer due diligence period. And those are not everyday opportunities, rather than us looking at if we're dealing with wholesaling and bird dogs and whatnot. Those are the types of deals that we have to analyze every day, and it takes away from our time freedom. And I think, I think you see a lot on my social media about my lifestyle by design. So
yeah, it's really incredible. Looks like a lot of fun. I'm sure that people are like, I want what you have, Adam.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't made overnight. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah. You've put in the reps, right?
Yeah. Yep.
And now you're at a point where you're bringing in an operator, you're bringing in other people to do the things that you don't want to do.
Absolutely.
So that you can have that life by design that you choose.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So I want to backtrack just a little bit. I want to know what that decision was like to go into Owners Club. What was that for you in the moment? Did you second guess it, or was it an automatic yes?
Yeah. So the first year of Owners Club, I wasn't ready yet to take advantage of the opportunity to be surrounded by high level individuals that were action takers. And even though I was successful in what we've done, what I'd done up to that point, I didn't see that I was personally ready. And so the second year came around, and we were at Squad Up Summit, and the vibe was hitting me right. Something was pulling me. That I'm more of a, things are meant to happen when they're supposed to happen, and rather than when you want them to happen. And so I got that feeling that, hey, this was the time that I was meant to join Owners Club. And that's what drove me to it, was knowing that if I go into this room, I'm going to make the best out of it now where I'm at in my life. So now, once I joined Owners Club, I've seen it being a very successful year for me. My chief of staff, she's in Owners Club now. And so, I linked up with her on, coming in to work in my business. And I would never have really thought about collaborating with her we've collaborated before, but more on a chief of staff level, if we weren't both in Owners Club and learning throughout the year of how to develop a partnership and collaborate with each other by doing the things that you don't want to do. You outsource that. And so I know that what my strengths are, my weaknesses, and being in Owners Club this year has allowed me to identify that. And so now I outsource that so that I'm not the bottleneck on the things that I don't want to do.
I really admire how well you know yourself. Like that self-awareness in year one to be like, it looks great. I'm just not there yet. And then to come in second year with so much intention
Yeah.
and to really methodically put the pieces of your team together that comes from alignment, not rushing it or trying to make things happen because
Yeah.
they should happen.
Thing about partnerships are you can't be all doing the same thing. And when I decided to say, hey, let me share some equity in my company, I thought of it as I'd rather own a portion of the larger picture than 100% of the smaller picture. And so in order for me to get to where my goal is, I need to collaborate with others because they're the ones that are going to help me get there.
Yeah, the force of a team rather than an individual, not just financially, does become a bigger piece of that pie because there's more pie to split.
Yes.
So, and you're not burning yourself out in the meantime.
Yeah, I always tell people, I'm like, would you rather own a portion of $100 million company or 100% of a $10 million company? Which one would you rather have? And you can't get to that $100 million mark without a team.
That's right. Well said. Well said. Do you have a pain point in your business right now that someone could solve? And what would that be?
Yeah. So where I'm at is we are looking for private money partners. I love to partner with individuals that want to come into our company and learn about what we're doing through strategic partnerships, bringing in capital. And it's like a pay to play kind of model. And you come in, but we want you to go out and replicate what we're doing because you don't need to always be with us. We want to still do deals with you and be friends and family, our chosen family with you. But we want you to go out there and build your portfolio and replicate the success that we're having and taking some of the strategies and go make it your own. And so we see that as a valuable tool when we have private money partners come in and share some of the equity and opportunities rather than always leveraging private money lenders. We always love private money lenders, and I love working with those individuals as well. But not every deal allows for a private money lender to come in. And so people that want to come in as a partner and maybe have a W-2 or that doesn't have the time and energy to focus on opportunities, allow us to be the vessel for you to have ownership.
Mm-hmm. Oh, well, there it is, you guys. If you have some money, some capital, and you want to invest and be a partner in one of the multifamily, co-living, ground up construction, short-term rental, and now land, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It's so exciting. There's so many different opportunities just within your structure of real estate. It's really cool. You will speak to many different desires out there by having so many opportunities to share.
Yeah. I pride ourselves on being diverse because that's what we talk about. You want to diversify your risk and diversify your portfolio because one day asset A may need to be supported by asset C and vice versa. And if you just put all your eggs in one basket, then that basket can fall and everything can crack.
Yeah, good point. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for being here today.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Please give us a like, give us a comment below. If you didn't at the beginning, please hit that subscribe button and tell us all the great things about Adam and what you enjoyed about his interview here. I thoroughly enjoy getting to know you and what your business model looks like. Thanks again, Adam.
Thanks. I appreciate it.
You bet.